Hello friends! So today I'm going to take you through yoga for newbies. We're going to be working through simple sun salutations. So sun salutations are a really nice way to wake up in the morning, jump out of bed and just do 10 to 15 minutes of these to start your day, get your body loosened up and moving, get your breath and just have that sense of being at one with yourself, okay, after a good night's sleep hopefully. If you have any blocks, then it's a good idea to have them next to you. If you don't have blocks, maybe tin cans, maybe 2 tin cans of baked bean cans or something like that is a good idea. If you are looking to invest in props, then I like firm foam blocks, but you can also get cork ones and you can also get quite soft foam ones. So you'll have to decide really for yourself, but I like the firm foam ones really. And a strap if you can. A good yoga strap is not that expensive, but otherwise you could just use a belt, a dressing gown cord, anything like that is fine. And a bolster is always nice as well, or a firm cushion, and also a blanket. So there's a few things that are nice to have when you're first starting yoga, but for the purpose of sun salutations, the most you'll need is your blocks. All right. So if you want to grab those props, if you don't have them next to you, then come back and join me. Pause the video. Otherwise, we're going to make a start now. So coming into a seat first. I'm sitting right now just on my knees, as you can see. This might be quite a lot for a lot of you, so you can always sit on your blocks, 1 or 2, and that feels quite nice and you haven't got that pressure on your knees. And then you're going to roll your shoulders back and down and sit up tall. If you prefer, you can take an easy cross-legged seat. So using a block again to sit on, raising your hips up and then crossing at the ankles so that your knees are lower than your hips. This just gives you a bit more space. At the beginning, you'll probably be a little bit more like that. That's fine, I was too. It takes time and dedication. So don't worry about, your position compared to mine. And find yourself in this comfortable seat. We're just going to stay here for a few minutes to center ourselves, to bring ourselves here, bring our awareness to being in the present moment and to our breath. The breath is really at the center of yoga, so it's very different from other forms of exercise in that we're trying to be a little bit more present and aware and mindful as we go through our physical movements, so that it's not just about physical movement, it's also about, for me anyway, creating that sense or finding that sense of centeredness, finding that sense of grounding and being present, so that when I leave my mat, I can hopefully, be like that in my everyday life. Be a bit more grounded, be a bit more aware of each and every moment. All right, so find your comfortable seat. And again, roll your shoulders back and down. Hands can rest down on the knees or up. If they're up, you're probably feeling a bit more receptive and open. If they're down, you want to feel a bit more grounded. You're feeling all over the place, so you want to ground yourself. Otherwise, they can be in your lap, just comfortably like this. Let your eyes close softly. And feel the parts of your body that are touching the props or the mat. Just notice these parts of your body. And then start to find a bit of length and space in your spine as you reach the crown of the head up a little bit. So your spine isn't rigid, but your core is lightly engaged. And your shoulders are relaxed down and away from your ears a little bit. Your jaw is soft and your eyes are soft. And you're going to bring attention to your breath, moving in and out through your nostrils. So in yoga, we tend to close the lips, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Start to deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. And see if you can imagine your lungs filling all the way up to the bottom of your lungs, so that maybe even your belly goes out a little bit with that breath. And when you empty your lungs, that belly sinks backwards a little bit. So just bringing simple awareness to your breath. The pathway of your breath as it moves in through your nostrils, down the back of your throat, inflating your lungs so that your ribs expand sideways and your belly inflates out a little bit. And then following the pathway of your breath as it leaves your body, belly falls inwards, ribs come inwards, exhaling through the nose. Finding that reason for starting your yoga journey, remembering it to yourself. Why is it that you're doing this? Then it doesn't have to be anything really, spiritual. It can just simply be, I want to find a little bit more flexibility. I feel that it's something that would suit me. Now I'm getting a little bit older perhaps, or I just feel it will be a good balance. If you do a lot of walking or a lot of running or other sports, whatever it is. Remember that reason each and every time you come onto your mat. Because it will keep you there. And then opening your eyes, welcoming you all. Lean back onto your hands and just change the crossing of your leg. If you're on your knees and you're comfortable there still, stay. Otherwise, change position, maybe find it easy cross-legged. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Interlace the hands, press the palms up to the sky, find that nice stretch. Breathe in again. And as you breathe out, bring the right hand down, left arm reaches up and over. Good, inhale, come back to center, right arm reaches up again, stretch up another time. Exhale, left hand comes down, right arm stretches up and over. Maybe you want to use a block underneath that left hand if you can't quite reach the mat. Inhale, come back to center, reach the left arm up again. And then exhale, taking a twist. So your left hand's coming down to your right knee, your right hand's behind you. Breathe in and find that long spine. Breathe out, start to take that twist. Maybe looking behind you if your neck feels okay. Then inhale, come back to center and take that twist on the other side. Right hand onto left knee, inhale, find leg, exhale, twist. Maybe gaze behind you. And then come all the way back to the middle. Reach your arms out wide, reach them up to the sky again. Interlace the palms, stretch them up. And then as you exhale, bring the palms in to face you and round the back. Let's really create a little bit of a roundness there. Turn the palms outwards, inhale, come up. Exhale, palms in, round. Good, one more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, round. That's fantastic, well done. Staying here, and then just bringing your right arm out to the side, turn the palm out to the side and bring that hand behind you. Holding on to interlace your hands on that side and try and squeeze the elbows in behind you. Good. So you should feel this on the right shoulder. And then just bring your left ear down to that left shoulder. Feel that neck stretch. Breathe in here. And breathe out. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Come back to center. Release that. Change sides. Left arm comes out to the side. Turn the palm to face behind you. And then reach that palm, that hand, elbow and forearm behind you. Interlace the hands. Squeeze the elbows in. Breathe in. And exhale, right ear towards your right shoulder. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Okay, release that. Take that block out from underneath you. Bring it to the front of your mat where it's going to stay and come into a tabletop position. So in a tabletop, your hands are under your shoulders, knees under hips, hip width apart, hands are shoulder width apart. We're going to take cat and cow. This is a really nice way to warm up through your spine. So press the ground away, make sure your fingers are spread nice and wide. Inhale, bring your tailbone up, let that belly sink, squeeze your shoulder blades together, look up, and then exhale. That's it, you press the ground away with your hands, you round the spine as much as possible and look between your knees. 2 more. Inhale for a cow position. This feels really nice in the morning especially. Exhale to round the spine. 1 more time. Breathe in, coming into your cow position. Breathe out to round and round and round. Good, then come back to center. Now in yoga, when you do downward facing dog, you're on your wrists a lot, which you're not used to doing. Well, most of us aren't. So we're going to warm up through the wrists here. So just can you lift up the palms of your hands so that just the fingers are on the mat, and then lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. This is quite hard for me. So see, you might be able to come up higher than I can. Lift and lower. Get that strength in the forearms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Shake it off. Shake it off. Then bring your hands to face the outside of your mat and just move side to side. Try and keep the palms flat now, but grip the mat with your fingertips. And then start to feel the connection between the index and thumb knuckles, pressing down a little bit more. Take it a few more times, side to side. Lovely. And then come back to the middle. If you can, turn your hands so that the eyes of your elbows are facing forwards and the fingers are facing back towards your knees. And then move backwards, lifting the palms up and forwards. And back and forwards. If this is too hard, just turn them as far as you can. Or else stay with that side to side if you like. Good. 1 more time. Come back to the center. Lovely. Shake it off. Shake it off. Woo. Okay, find yourself in that tabletop position again. We're going to come to your first downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Press down into the palms, gripping with the fingertips, and the index and thumb knuckles are pressing down a lot. Your index or middle finger is facing forwards and your hands are shoulder width apart, okay? Start to protract through the shoulders so you're rounding a little bit. Engage through the core. Tuck the toes, lift your knees up, reach your hips up to the ceiling. Keep your knees bent to start with. See how high you can get that tailbone with a long spine. So you're not rolling like this, you're not rounding, you're reaching that up high. Your knees can stay bent as much as you need to. If you can try and straighten one heel down, the other heel down, maybe bending and pedaling, walking your dog left and right, left and right. But if you notice that you're starting to round a little bit like this, because you're straightening your legs, that's not good for you, so bend your knees. So take the option that suits you, okay? And then find stillness in your down dog. Breathe in, and breathe out. Inhale, come up onto your tiptoes, and exhale, hips go down. Inhale, up again, and exhale down. Good, bend your knees a lot, wherever you are, reach the thighs back towards, the belly towards your thighs, and then start to straighten your knees, keeping yourself along the spine. Lovely. Good, we're going to go through one vinyasa just to give you the variation I want you to use if you're a beginner. When we go through sun salutations. Inhale, come forwards to a plank. Good. Exhale, bring your knees down. Now make sure you hug the elbows right in close to the sides of your waist, and you're going to lower what down in one long line all the way to the mat. Keep the elbows hugging in like little bird wings, and then take a little back bend. So you're really using your upper body to lift you up, your low back strength. Exhale, press back into a child's pose, and then downward facing dog. So this is the variation you're going to do as newbies to yoga. You've got to strengthen through those shoulders. Find strength in the core. Good, look forwards and start to walk your feet behind you till they're behind your hands, bending your knees as much as you need to. So when you're starting, hamstrings tend to be a little bit shorter, so make sure your knees are bent if you need them to. And then have your feet nice and wide, hip width apart. Hold on to your opposite elbows, let your head hang low. Try and get your belly and your thighs to touch and sway left and right. Breathing in and breathing out. Then release your hands onto the mat or the floor. Come up to a halfway lift. Every time we do this, we're counteracting all the forward folding that we do in our everyday lives nowadays. So inhale, bring the hands up towards the shins, maybe up to the knees. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Get that long line in your spine as the crown of the head reaches forwards and the tailbone back. Then exhale, fold. Bend your knees if you need to. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze shoulder blades. Exhale, fold. Next inhale, you're going to roll up, just as though you're coming up like a C shape. Your head's going to be the last thing to come up. Let your spine come all the way up to its natural curve. Roll the shoulders back and down, palms face forwards. Lovely. And you're in mountain pose now, Tadasana. So if you're not at the top of your mat, make sure you're at the top of your mat. In mountain pose, your feet can be hip width apart, or you can have your toes touching heels apart. I like mine to be hip width apart. And then you're going to press your feet into the mat really firmly so that you feel all four corners of those feet grounding down. And as you really actively press down, so you want to make a hole in your mat, you're getting the energy all the way up through the legs. So that these quadriceps are now nice and strong. The tailbone is lengthening down, but you're not tucking under, but you're not arching either. You're halfway, you're neutral. Hug your low belly inwards and upwards so you engage that core. Good. And then your shoulders back and down, hands by your side, palms facing forwards. Back of the head in line with the shoulders, shoulders in line with the hips. This is mountain pose. And it's called mountain pose because nobody could push you over. You're that steady and strong. All right. Get with your breath again, so connect. Inhale. And exhale through the nostrils. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. We're going to take half sun salutations and then sun salutation A's. I'm going to go through it slowly and then build up a little bit faster. Okay, ready? Breathe in. Reach the arms up to the sky. Maybe look up to your palms and maybe your palms join together. Exhale. Release the hands out to the side. Bend your knees, fold forwards into Uttanasana. Breathe into that halfway lift that we just did. Squeeze the shoulder blades, get long in the spine. Breathe out to fold. Press the feet down, the arms reach all the way up. Come up, look up, stretch up. Palms join. Exhale, hands to your heart. Another half sun salutation. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, so nice slow breaths, moving with that breath. Breathe in, brings you halfway up. Breathe out, fold. Inhale, let the breath guide you all the way up. Exhale, let the breath guide you, hands to heart. One more like that. Inhale, breath moves you. Exhale, breath initiates the movement. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Pressing feet down, arms reach up, look up, stretch up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's try sun salutation A. Inhale, reach all the way up, look up and stretch up. Exhale, breath initiates the movement, coming all the way down. Breathe in to halfway lift. Breathe out to plant your hands and step back to a plank. Good, inhale in your plank. Exhale, knees come down. Elbows hug in, lower all the way down. Hug the elbows in, inhale into your cobra. And exhale through to child's pose and downward facing dog. One full breath together, inhale and exhale. Breathe in, look to the top of the mat, and breathe out, start to walk your feet till they're behind your hands and fold. Inhale that halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Pressing the feet down, inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, salutations. And again, breathing in. Getting this rhythm, this cadence of breath, breathing out. It's really central to sun salutations. Inhale. Exhale, hands plant down, plank. Breathe in a strong plank. Knees can always come down straight away, don't forget. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come to that cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, child's pose, and then downward facing dog. One full breath again. Inhale. Look between your knees or your thighs. Exhale, hug that low belly in. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. And on the exhale, you walk your feet behind your hands, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold. Press feet into the mat, arms reach all the way up to the sky. Stretch up higher. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good, a few more like this. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, building your muscle memory. Fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze and make this active. Breathe out, plant your hands, step back into a plank. Knees down is always an option to start with. Exhale, lower all the way down. Hug the elbows in, remember, don't let them go out to the side. Inhale, come into your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog for one full breath. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in, look to the top of the mat. Breathe out as many steps as you need to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Ground down with the feet, the arms lift up into the spaciousness. Exhale, salutations. Two more. Breathe in. Start to really get this breath and movement. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, step back to a plank. Firm the belly. Inhale. Exhale, knees down, hug elbows in, not out to the side. Protect your shoulders. Inhale, cobra, doesn't have to be too high. Exhale, child's pose, and downward facing dog. One full breath. Inhale. Feet hip width. Exhale, hands shoulder width. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. And exhale, journey there. Breathe in, halfway lift, straighten the back body. Breathe out to fold. Root to rise, arms reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, grounding down into your feet, lifting up through the crown of the head, Tadasana. Last one. Breathe in, reach the arms out to the side and up, palms touch. Exhale, arms all the way out to the side, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway. Exhale, plant hands, step back to a plank. Inhale, stay in your plank. Exhale, knees down, lower down, hugging the elbows in, one long line. Inhale, squeeze shoulder blades towards each other, get that nice openness in the chest. Exhale, back to your child's pose and downward facing dog. One full breath, inhale. And exhale, bring your knees down onto the mat. Bring the knees nice and wide, toes together. Sit back, find a really nice child's pose. Reach the arms forwards. You can have them active by being on your fingertips. Or you can rest them softly, or you can even bring them behind you. Let the shoulders drop forwards. The forehead on the mat, or if this is really tricky for you, then you can bring your fists, rest your head on it, or even a block. Just take a few moments just to settle into your breath again. Noticing how your body feels, how your mind is, how your breath is. See if you can connect all of these three by being present with your breath. Remembering again that intention, that reason that you came to do the yoga today. Alright, slowly walk your hands back towards your knees, bring your knees together, sit down onto your right or left heel, and then you're going to bring the right sole of the foot to the inside of the left thigh, left sole of the foot inside of the right thigh. Reach your arms up, inhale, and then exhale, start to lean forwards. So it doesn't matter how far forwards you get, you're just having a nice forward fold, flexing those right toes up, stretching through that right hamstring. Take one more breath, inhale. You can close your eyes if you like now, exhale. Soften the shoulders, soften your jaw. Breathe in, start to walk your hands back. Good. And then just bring both the soles of the feet towards each other so that you're bringing your heels quite close to your groin if you can. And then open your feet as though you're opening a book. So you're turning the soles to face upwards as much as is possible. And then if you can, you're going to reach inside and press down. If you can't quite do that, just bounce your knees up and down a few times. Get a bit of sense of spaciousness. And then round a little bit. So allow the spine to round gently. Feeling the insides of the thighs as they stretch. Coming all the way back up to center. We're going to change sides by reaching that left leg out to the side, right sole of the foot against that left inner thigh. Flexing the left toes upwards, reach the hands up, breathe in, and exhale, just reach the hands forwards. Wherever you get to is fine, and don't forget you can use your blocks, you can bring the ground up to you. If you've got the space, you can come down onto your elbows, feeling this in the left hamstring, flexing those left toes up so that you do feel it here. Some people have trouble with their bent knee. If that is you, then there are other options. You can either have both legs out straight, coming forwards, where you'll feel it in both hamstrings at the same time. Or, I need to do this on one leg more than the other, I bend it the other way. I know that that's not always recommended, but for some people, this is just better for their knee. It will change the way your hips and your knees are going, so they'll be going in internally rotating. Just an option. Alright, come back to center and then bring both legs straight. From here we're taking Dandasana. So this is the basis of all seated posture, so it's quite active. Flex those toes back towards you. Really make sure that you're energizing through your legs so that maybe your heels lift up. Then your hands, the heels of your hands are next to your hips. You're pressing downwards and lifting up. Engage through the core, have that long spine. Really activate so that your quads are like two little bricks. For 3, 2, and 1. Relax that. Bend that left knee. Bring the left sole of the foot on the outside of the right knee. We're going to take a twist. Wrap the right elbow around that left knee. Interlace the hands. Pull in and find length as you breathe in. Flex those right toes up. And exhale, find that twist. Looking over the left shoulder. Breathing in. And breathing out. Inhale. And exhale. Coming all the way back to center. Uncrossing that left knee and taking the other side. Right sole of the foot outside left knee. Wrap that left elbow around the front of the left right knee. Interlace the hands, take a breath, get long in the spine, flex the left toes up, and exhale. Take that twist. Gaze goes behind you or as far as you can. So noticing how the difference is on the left and the right. One more breath here, inhale and exhale. Coming back to the center, bending both your knees. You're going to come to lying on your back. So you can just come down onto one elbow, the other elbow, lower all the way down. And then we're going to take one back bend here. So we're going to take a bridge pose. So bend your knees, press your hands and your forearms into the mat. Your knees are hip width apart, your feet are hip width apart. And you're going to start to lift up your tailbone, lift up the low back, the middle back, and come on to the backs of the shoulders. And then if you can, you're going to walk the arms underneath you so that you're really on the shoulders. And then maybe interlace your hands if you have the space and push down into your forearms and get that lift. Really press down into the heels and imagine squeezing a block here. So imagine you've got one of those blocks in between your thighs and you're getting that lifting up. If you can't interlace your hands, it doesn't matter. You can even have your hands like this and press down into your elbows so you've got a right angle. 3, keep pressing down, keep squeezing the inner thighs. 2, and 1. Slowly, if your hands are interlaced under, release them. Lower down, get the shoulders out of the way. Lower back, middle back, up, middle back, lower back, down. And then bring your feet as wide as your mat, put your knees together. One hand on your belly, one hand on your heart space. Maybe your eyes closed, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale and exhale. Bring your knees back out again, heel to your feet in, arms come out to the side, left foot forwards, right foot forwards. Have your feet nicely just relaxed out to the side, the arms, palms face up, out to the sides. Make any little last adjustments. Sometimes it's nice to put a pillow underneath your knees if you have low back sensitivity. Otherwise, just allow yourself to be in this pose. Shavasana is a pose. It's not just a sense of I'm just here, not doing anything. It's a pose. It's a pose where we're trying to learn to be still and to allow our bodies to digest everything that we've just done. Allow our breath just to be natural and normal and our minds to be on the present moment still. So one of the most important things you can give to yourself in yoga is your Shavasana. So let the whole of your back body sink down, releasing any tension. Softening the jaw, the space between the eyebrows, the shoulders, the back of the shoulders, the pelvis and the hips. Allowing yourself just to be held by Mother Earth. Staying here for as long as you've got time for. If you want to move on with your day now, let's start to notice the breath, inviting it deeper into your body. Taking a deep breath in. Opening the mouth. Of course, staying in Shavasana if you want. And taking small movements in your fingers and toes and your wrists and your ankles, circling one way and the other. Reaching the hands above your head, legs come in towards each other, stretch in opposite directions. Take a big breath in. Breathe out, bend one knee, then the other. Give yourself a loving squeeze, rock your low spine. Then roll over onto a preferred side. You're going to rest on your bicep with your ear in a supported fetal position. Top hand presses down into the ground on the mat. Maybe keep your eyes closed if you can, coming up to your seat. Easy cross leg, just like you were at the beginning of the practice. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Thank you for giving yourself this time and for practicing with me. You can open your eyes. Namaste.